Hey everyone, this is David and welcome back to my reading. In today's video, I'm doing a reading for the sign Capricorn. If you're not familiar with how I do my reads, I pull the first three cards for the current energy, and then the three cards after that is for the future. And if I feel like I need some additional clarification, I'll pull two more additional cards just to try to have the most clear as possible scenario on what I'm picking up. Of course, if it doesn't resonate with you, please leave it. But let's get started. I will say, I'm a little excited and a little bit nervous to do this read because one, I am a Capricorn myself, and the last few readings I've done have not all been positive. So if, like you guys, if this shit doesn't resonate with me, I'm gonna leave. I hope you guys do the same, because I don't want to take on any like positive, negative energy. Sorry. And so let's. And no, I would not confirm or deny whether or not any of these cards resonate with me. I'm just gonna read them as if I'm just watching it as well. So the first one, the Seven of Wands reverse, followed by, excuse me. Oh, it's just a Strength card. I'm so sorry. Followed by the Strength card, but that came out in reverse as well. Followed by the Eight of Swords and reverse. So we got all three reverse cards. So the Seven of Wands and reverse represents exhaustion, giving up, destroyed confidence, overwhelmed, overly protective, followed by the strength and reverse. And yes, sorry, it took me a while to figure out what that card was. I recently got a new set of cards, so the images is a little bit new for me, so sorry about that. But the strength and reverse represent inner strength, self doubt, weakness, insecurity, low energy, the raw emotions, struggle, pride. Followed by the Eight of Swords in reverse with inner critic, releasing negative thoughts, opening to new perspectives, self acceptance, freedom. So Capricorn, I'm getting that you feel exhausted. You feel like giving up right now. Um, this coming from the Seven of Wands in reverse. As a Capricorn, I know that we tend to work a lot, and sometimes it does get tiresome after some time. And sometimes, if we don't see any progress in something, it could make you want to give up after some time. So I can understand that card. I'm moving to the strength card in reverse, which in the strength self doubt. I am getting that these two cards are connected, right? Because if you have been putting time and energy into a certain tool towards a certain goal, and you're not seeing any progress, it could lead to self doubt. It can make anyone, but it can definitely make a Capricorn like contemplate whether or not they made the right decision, or maybe there's some changes that need to be made. Followed by the Eight of Swords in reverse. I think if I was to tie all this together, Capricorn, I think that you're coming to the conclusion that the way you have been doing something or been going about something is not really paying off how you want it or how you expect it to pay off. And because of that, you finally come into the conclusion like maybe there is a time or need to pivot, and you're opening yourself up to rethinking on what not rethinking but realigning yourself, or you open yourself up to new ideas, different opinions, and it doesn't seem completely bad. Like even though this is not a 100% great start, at least you're like re reevaluating on what's working and what's not working in your life, and because of that, because you have identified some things that wasn't really working how you expected it to, you're now opening yourself to like I guess realigning or considering other ways to maybe achieve something that you was pushing for, which is not a bad thing. I think it's also important to like pivot if you identify something that's not, like working how you expected to work. Let's pull the next set of cards for the future. Okay, so the Five of Pentacles in reverse, the Moon in reverse, the Two of Pentacles in reverse. So Capricorn, what I'm getting is from the Five of Pentacles in reverse, recovery from a financial loss, spiritual poverty, oof, clarity, charity, improvement. And then going to the Moon in reverse, release of fear, repressing emotions, inner confusion, misinterpretation, darkness, insecurities. Ending with the Two of Pentacles, which represents overcommitment, disorganized, reprioritize, lack of balance, overwhelm. Okay. Capricorn, the future you seem like you might try to overextend yourself. Excuse me. I think what comes to me is that I think you're gonna transition. Okay, say if you decide to make a big decision where you might try to revamp a an idea that's currently earning you some type of money, or there's a financial source, you you possibly risk of having to go through a period where it's going to take you time to recover some of the I guess expected return, because you're gonna start to I guess implement a new idea, a new strategy, but it might take some time for you to I guess get back started in the full flow of things. And the good thing is that I guess the powerfulness of the Moon in reverse is that it does give a sign that you're gonna be releasing some fears, which I think for a Capricorn that is very good, because sometimes it's easy for Capricorns to get caught up in their head, and not that all Capricorns tend to overthink, but sometimes a lot of time can be wasted like contemplating the what ifs or the risk of different agendas or strategies that one might go with. So it seems like you're letting that go, and maybe you just like deciding to just give it a certain things, or maybe many different goals or projects a shot. But it also ending with a warning in my mind, like don't try to do too much, because if you go in, or if you have too many ideas, you're not gonna really be able to put any or your best foot forward on making sure that it's exactly how you expect it to show up. Because the more effort and energy you put into a project, I think it shows. And ultimately, I think this is like giving a warning, like, hey, it's good that you're moving away from being too cautionary, and you're letting go some of your fears and just going with it. But it's also warning, like, hey, don't try to overdo yourself, because there's a risk that you're gonna feel overwhelmed. So this is what I'm getting from the future you. Let me see if I can pour two more to possibly add some additional clarification. But this one, but these come out. I'm just gonna take first two. Okay, so the first one was the Two of Wands in reverse, followed by the Nine of Cups upright. So the Two of Cups, excuse me, the Two of Cups in reverse represent personal goals, inner alignment, fear of unknown, fear of change, praying, playing it safe, lack of planning. Followed by the Nine of Cups, which represents wish come true, contentment, satisfaction, emotional stability, luxury, gratitude. So, continuing from what I was picking up here, Capricorn, I feel like the Two of Wands in reverse is giving like a double confirmation that you are starting to let go some of your concerns and just putting yourself out there, which is great. You know what I mean? Like you just taking, there's certain things that maybe you was concerned about that you're starting to like not, I guess, give it that much weight on your decision making and just starting to go with you taking a risk, which is good. Like what they call it, a calculated risk. So you're taking a more calculated risk, and you might be starting like a new project that you not 100% familiar with, but you at least want to give it a shot, which is a great thing. And it does the tour. The Two of Wands also represents a little bit of lack of planning, but maybe that's part of the piece that you are somewhat like deciding to give less value to because sometimes I think um, people can overthink something and will want the I guess the perfect scenario to be planned out perfectly. However, sometimes I do think um, that could be a roadblock where if you put so much time trying to prepare or make sure that everything is perfect, you will possibly never get started, or the start date can be pushed back so far where it just delays the whole, the initial launch of something. And I don't know, I do think you need a little bit of both, where sometimes you can start something and it's not to your 100% expectation, but you want to just start it so at least you know that you can get familiar with the process. You can also learn as you go. I do think there's a possibility that, like, as we start new projects or new things that we're into, we won't be an expert, or no one should be expected to be an expert because you're gonna have to go through what most people consider like on the job learning, and I think that's okay as long as it's controlled, where it's not like you just blindly get into something, but as long as you have some type of like I guess overall understanding of something, it seems like you're deciding to proceed in that manner. Like you have an overall understanding, but things are not perfect, which is part of that lack of planning that I'm getting. And it's ending with the Nine of Cups, which is a good card to end on, which represents wishes come true, satisfaction, emotional stability, luxury, great gratitude. So it's ending on a good note for me, Capricorn, in which like once you just decide to move forward, let go of some of your concerns or fears and just get started, it seems like it might be a little bumpy or shaky throughout that time frame, but ultimately it seems like it's the a decision for the best because it's going to lead to some of your wishes or desires coming true. So that's what I picked up in today's reading. Let me know if any of this resonated with you. If it does, please give this video a thumbs up. And if you don't mind leaving a comment, I would truly appreciate that. Besides that, I will talk to you guys again.